Hi, everybody, and welcome to number 37. I'm going to call it that rather than this week's episode. I like the number.
I think flashbacks of something that I don't know what.
What are we going to call this episode?
Number 37.
Oh, let's call this episode The Countdown is Finally Coming to a Close.
Is that the Mothman prophecies?
For Game of Thrones. Let me tell you something.
Number 37.
When Season 2 of Game of Thrones ended, there was a part of me that slightly died. Because I knew I'd have to wait damn near a year for the show to come back.
I think it's when she's in the water. Wake up, number 37.
And now,
You're 37.
the day is upon us, March 31st, where not two things important to me. My nieces, it's their second birthday. Happy birthday, ladies. Love you to death.
Give them a high five.
High five!
37.
And then the more important thing... no, I'm joking. The secondly important thing, Game of Thrones is back tonight on HBO, 9 p.m. Fuck HBO, though, because they're so expensive to get for shit.
Nobody's going to watch that shit on HBO. Everybody's going to be on the internet again.
Unless you have a girlfriend whose parents have HBO at their place. Then you may, show up.
HBO, you are the biggest proponent for online piracy.
It really is. People don't watch HBO.
HBO, AMC, and
You
stores.
are a deterrent for legitimacy.
Oh, that is me actually stirring my cup of coffee.
They all had to know.
You all had to know. Like, what's that weird sound in the background? Yeah, I'm drinking coffee.
I drink my gin in quiet and in peace.
Slurping. But yeah, I'm like freaking excited. I read all the books. You read all the books.
I was just trying to think today because I remember how every single one of them starts. They all have some like cryptic intro. I can't remember how the third one started.
The third one starts with them... Well, yeah, it's not really a spoiler. Third one's... Yeah, actually, no, I can't say it. It's a bit of a spoiler. Shit. Okay, there's going to be about 10 seconds of silence.
Okay, I'm just going to say nouns. Okay. First one...
There was a group of guys that dressed in a certain color...
Just nouns. So first
that
one...
do something to someone of great importance to their thing, and then the things come icy. And they do things to the people. I'm making a black...
that wasn't the intro.
Yeah, in the book it was.
Okay, because I know
It's the plot to...
First book was Blackwatch, the intro, first chapter. Second book was the horn blowing. Third book, can't remember. And then the fourth was the chapel, and then the fifth.
I know what the third book is, I just told you, encrypted code.
Okay. I just couldn't remember.
I just can't say
intro.
names or who or what and why.
This is the...
Dude, I should probably just go grab that.
We should really just get along with the podcast because we're getting into a bit of a ramble.
No! The podcast can wait.
This is the last season of the show on HBO?
Hell no.
Well, I don't know, man.
This is the third book out of 7, and it's going to be 2 seasons for the third book because it's that awesome. It's that fucking awesome.
I would imagine a show that expensive would...
It starts with The Night's Watch.
The day was grey and bitter cold.
Okay, don't fucking read it.
Hold on.
Read it in your fucking head. Anyways, moving on. So for the fans of the show, like us, I'm basically like jerking off to this shit all the time. I love it so much. I just can't wait to see Daenerys in all her silver-haired glory with the 3 dragons.
Yeah, she's gonna have a good season.
Puppy-sized or... Yeah, they're about the size of dogs.
Yeah, they said they're large dogs at this time.
There's dragons in this thing?
There's dragons.
You haven't seen the film?
There's fucking giant wolves. There's... I can't say those things because you're going to find out later if you watch the show. Just know there's everything. Everything you need.
There's orcs?
Awesome.
There's orcs too?
No.
What is this, Lord of the Rings?
Well, it's not fantasy then.
Orcs. Get the hell out of here. Orcs.
It's Tolkien that started all this fantasy stuff in the first place.
Yeah, because they were the very first ones to ever write about orcs.
That's right. Yeah, they were.
Orcs?
It was Lord of the Rings that started.
He took them from like pretty much fairy tales about goblins, and he made orcs. Pretty much they were
goblins.
Like, no, but they were indecipherable, and then he made up the word orc that meant something.
He is the creator.
It was like another word for troll in some old dialect, and he turned him into like a braid of goblin.
So
he didn't create troll. He made up a word. They were already there.
That's what Tolkien does. He makes up words.
So then he didn't create them. Let's not start patting people on the back because they made a fart sound and said, hey, I could use that. Now, as I was saying, we have that on the table. Also, it's Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you're looking for eggs that Jesus rolls back from the dead to give you after sins were washed away by the rabbit.
So
you're gonna get complaints after that.
You know the best thing about
For
Easter?
What? Jesus came back to bring back eggs?
Jesus is like the original OG zombie.
Oh boy.
How gangster is that?
High protein diet, eating those eggs like Rocky. So, do you know the best thing about Easter Monday is this year?
I'm not working.
It's on April Fool's Day.
Oh, it's on April, yeah. April Fool's.
So, everybody, do an Easter egg hunt for eggs that you didn't hide.
Well, you see, if
and
you
watch
tell
those
them
kids
that,
go nuts.
They're not going to look for it. Well, the kids will, because kids are just stupid.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
I hate kids.
They're all going to get upset.
They're so loud. Fucking kids.
Yeah.
Good, man.
They don't have a right to play.
I think the only good thing that comes out of Easter are the mini eggs. Like,
Yeah,
I can go through.
I don't know, there must have been some like grassroots campaign because they sell that shit year round now.
Yeah, they sell it
now, but like, still, it's,
I want to know what kind of like fight went on behind the scenes to get that shit.
The amount of money they were
store
making
shelves.
off of them.
Yeah, no, because there was a while where they were still making a bunch of money, but they would still take them off the shelves. But like, I swear, there was
so good.
There was probably some death threats.
There was
some
like
fights.
I'm quite sure they sprinkle a little bit of crack. I would bet my nuts on it. Okay, no, I wouldn't bet my nuts, but I'm pretty sure they sprinkle a little bit of crack on there because those things are too good.
They're alright.
They're all right.
I could go without it though.
You could go without
They're not the best of things, but they're not the worst of things either. Cause
you can say that about anything.
Look at Debbie Downer over here.
You can say that about fucking anything.
Like
Three
Debbie Downer
is the best chocolate ever made, man.
Spider-Man, he's he's not the best thing ever. He's not the worst thing ever either.
He's in the top tier of best. He's not in the law. He's not like in the middle or anything like that.
Oh, Jason. You're awesome.
Scissors, they're not the best thing ever. But they're not necessarily the worst thing ever either.
I mean, there are knives.
There are knives. But even knives, they're not the best thing ever.
Because
they're
there's
not
a
the worst thing
machete,
ever.
which is technically a bigger knife.
Yeah, machetes are cool, but they're not the best thing ever.
Because they're samurai swords.
But they're not the worst thing ever either.
So those things are just badass.
Samurai swords might be the best thing ever, though.
Yeah.
No, bearded axes.
Walking Dead? Yeah, they're totally the best thing ever.
I haven't seen...
Yeah, you haven't... What's weird? Like, why? Come on, dude. I can't even talk because it's so weird to me that you haven't been watching.
Man, so one of them has a katana?
Totally just farted, by the way.
One of them has a katana?
Yes.
Man, I want to... If I was in
that
that show...
black chick got a katana.
Dude, I would be like the Gimli of that show. Who's going around with an axe. You have to touch me!
Don't tell the elf.
Dude, you're like 6'1", over 200 pounds. You got to touch me!
Just
throw me into the zombies.
If life was like those fantasy movies or a show like that, I would love it.
Then you would have Game of Thrones.
Oh, it'd be so awesome!
Game of Thrones is pretty much the realistic take on fantasy.
Really?
Yeah. That's what it is.
And there's dragons?
Because the whole thing was like he said in an interview, he summed it up pretty well. He was like, because he was writing for TV back in the day. And I think one of the shows, because he worked on like Twilight Zone, and one of the shows that he wrote for was that Beauty and the Beast show with Linda Hamilton, where it was like, I don't know, it's a chick and there's like the giant like lion guy in the sewers.
I would have no idea.
A chick and a lion guy in the sewers?
It was the guy who played Hellboy was like some like lion mutant. I don't know. It was pretty. It
sounds shitty.
It was pretty shitty. It was basically Dark Angel, but like way back in the day.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway, so
I missed that show.
But anyway, he was like, because like the execs kept telling him like, we need more action, more of this, because pretty much every time that guy went out to go like cause some shit, he was killing them, but it was all off camera.
Yeah.
And the execs were telling him, like, we need more action. He's like, well, how do I, like, I know what you mean by action. You mean, like, you want more, like, combat. But this guy is, he's a lion, man. So, like, he's going to claw and he's going to devour people. Like, you can't show that on this. Like, and he just realized that when people say action, like, in, like, all this, like, gallant, like, fighting and all this bullshit, like there is an aftermath to that. Like, he was a conscientious objector with, like, Vietnam and all that. But, so when he's saying, like, okay, like, you do, like, a medieval story fantasy, but when you swing a mace at somebody's head, shit's gonna happen. Like if you back in the day when there's not that, like, there's no antiseptics and shit, if you even take like an arrow wound or like, you know, a dagger wound to the thigh, like, shit's gonna happen. Shit might fester. And like so it was pretty much a realistic take on, you know, like a King Arthur tale, but without King Arthur.
Sounds alright. I don't know if I would I'd like to live in Game of Thrones fantasy world.
I just want a freaking dragon or direwolf. Actually, more likely the direwolf, because I can have it in my room till it gets like a horse size, and then it's like outside with you.
Yeah. Did you see the screen caps for how big Ghost is now? Yeah, it's so cool. I want to ride.
Oh my god, boner!
I want to ride it.
It's ginormous.
But yeah, dragons would be cool. But then there's that whole thing with like the skin changing. That'd just be cool in itself.
You guys know too much about this show, man.
We read the books.
They don't touch on that much in the show, though.
Not yet, because most of the stuff, like, that stuff happens in the third.
Yeah, no, just like how all the kids are. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm so excited for this. Like, I felt like I was protecting myself from doing reckless things because I didn't want to die.
Yeah. No, it's great because I got this deal going with the girl I'm seeing. She makes me watch Girls, and I make her watch Game of Thrones.
You watch Girls?
Yeah, I have to.
Hold the fuck on. Really?
Yeah.
You have to? You don't have to do anything.
I don't have
like,
to
go
do
to
shit.
sleep?
The exchange.
Or, like, gouge your eyes out?
Thank God they're only 20-minute episodes or something like that. I think it's 20 or 30 minutes.
I would still, like, it's worth it. Knife, eyes, do it.
It's like watching a teenage version of Sex in the City.
Ice pick in your ears.
That's basically what it is.
Have you guys ever seen an episode?
I've seen
like,
the first episode, like the first pilot. It was garbage. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this.
I was like ready to just.
This is a show for girls.
Shooting people.
Well, yeah,
for girls.
That's pretty much
and
it.
Their relationship, please. That doesn't happen in real life.
Oh man,
they're superficial.
They're all such fucking monsters of characters. Like,
and how do you have a show called Girls and only one of them is borderline doable?
If you take any group of like 4 girls.
There's always one.
No, there's always
actually
one.
2 of them are doable.
No.
One
of them is borderline doable. There's the tallest one.
Yeah, there's the tall one, and then the... Actually, no, she looks like a 12-year-old. Anyway, but she has a huge rack for some reason. The Jappy one?
I could put a flag on her face and do it for my country, but that doesn't excuse the fact that she's ugly.
Yeah. Anyway, I just watched a video that was making fun of Lena Dunham's version of acting, and it was so fucking on point. She annoys me.
Isn't she the one who won all those awards?
Yeah, she like writes and directs the show, and she stars in it, and she's just so fucking full of herself. My God.
So she's a girl?
Yeah, no, like, because like I know the problem is like chicks love it because they find it relatable, and I hate it because I find it relatable because I know people like that, and it makes me want to throw them out the window. Yep. Every single one of them, especially the main character. Like my ex had a friend that was just like her, and I wanted to fucking roundhouse dropkick her. Like I didn't even know how to do it, but I feel like if there's any justice in the world, like some like God of War would just give me the ability to do some kind of like triple roundhouse kick and just knock that bitch to Pluto.
Zeus comes down. Use this bolt.
Yeah, that's
fucking like Tyr or Thor just comes down and it's like, you're ready.
I'm looking at the picture right now.
Just for this day.
Just for this day.
Fucking lightning. Yeah, anyway.
I'm looking at the picture right now. You're right. The tall one is doable. This one...
Borderline. You have to add borderline doable.
This one...
Look at that. There's 4 of them. 4 of them, for Christ's sake. What the fuck?
The 2 in the middle, just forget that shit. They just look...
Like, if I'm on alcohol and a good sufficient amount of it, I can excuse the 2 other ones that aren't the ugly chick. But even then, I'm having problems. And yes, I am shallow like that, where I judge my shows based on the people that are in them. I want to sit there watching a show full of ugly people. What the hell is this?
Oh, man.
Especially if they're the main people. It's terrible.
Speaking of ugly people, started watching a lot of British television.
Oh, jeez.
And, yeah, man, British comedy is the shit. Spaced IT Crowd.
I do not watch any.
They're into that steampunk kind of stuff. That whole Doctor Who bullshit.
Like the last British show I watched,
neither of those shows has anything to do with
the last British
no, but
show I watched was
based.
Misfits.
Any good?
That's alright. It's kind of like their version of Heroes.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But
Heroes was crap.
Spaced is hilarious. It's the one with Simon Pegg. It's like what they did before Shaun of the Dead. And I was watching the episode that like made them decide to do the Shaun of the Dead movie. It was because he's like playing his apartment. He's like on this bender playing Resident Evil 2 for the longest time, and he keeps getting these nightmares of seeing zombies in the city. And that's where like the idea for Shaun of the Dead came about. And like there's this like fancy modern age artist who's just like dressed up in all this shit. So he thinks he's a zombie, so he decks him in the face. But no, that show was great. IT Crowd was surprisingly hilarious.
I just watch from British shows is Doctor Who. That's all.
Because I saw previews of IT Crowd and I thought it was just some. I don't know. I actually thought it was a Western show.
I know people go like ape shit crazy over Doctor Who, and I've never seen an episode.
It's pretty good. It's nothing bad, but it's
not my style of sci-fi though. That's just too like.
It causes you to ask a lot of questions. Like the whole show, when you watch a season, it's like he goes through a lot of stuff for nothing. It comes back. It's like
Lost.
It comes back on its. Yeah, it's sort of like Lost, but
I hated Lost
with actual narration and story though.
They made fun of that in one of the
Lost had absolutely no narration.
One of the latest episodes of Community. They're making fun of how like
Inspector Space.
Yeah, like in British shows, you just kind of like take it for what it is, but in American shows, like I don't understand. So it's like they always have to like westernize things and dumb them down.
Yeah. Well, it depends what show you like. British shows like.
Well, they make you think. Like that's the one. Like even
British
British
comedies, like, there's so many of them that depend.
You have to think about the joke. It's not just going to be like, and then I smacked him across the face. You know, it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's think. Use your head.
But as a thing, people who watch TV don't want to think. They want to escape that stuff.
But I think a lot of it comes down to is because I don't know the facts about it, but I think they have less of like a focus group layer. Like if they want to produce something, like they'll put it out there, and if there's an audience for it, the audience will come. Whereas in the States, it's you put something out there, you have your pilot, and then you have to go through like 10, 15 focus groups to see if it's going to be a hit.
They don't want to put anything out that's not going to make money.
Oh.
And so like that's the biggest problem. So on the British television, they'll put things out that have references that people may or may not get. Like I'm sure like a lot of people who are watching Space didn't know what Resident Evil 2 was, and like another episode he is playing like Tomb Raider 3, and he goes on about this whole like existential thing about watching her drown constantly because he keeps just getting her killed. And but yeah, no, it's like if you have an audience, it will come. But in the States, you can't have a show like that because people are like, I'm confused, I don't understand.
Well, a lot of people's doing pretty well over here so far. But people seem to like it.
And yeah, but like the execs, the TV execs are not going to get it. But HBO has been kind of on that because they've been trying to put shows up that they wouldn't have otherwise done before, and that's how Game of Thrones came around.
Yeah, but nobody watches it. No one has those premium channels to get that. I don't know what
because that shit is dying, and they're still not getting with the times.
I really don't get it. Like the show Viking you were talking about. It's on History. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't see all the episodes, but it's actually really good.
It's good?
It's really good.
I still gotta watch it.
My dad was actually telling me about it. He said it was really, really good.
How have I not watched this yet?
I know. Viking. You are a descendant of them.
You put your people to shame.
You literally have 2 different colors of hair on your face because of that.
I'm pretty sure some of my Scottish ancestors have been Borken Vikings.
Like, dude, if any of us should be watching it, it's you.
I saw a little bit. It looks nice. It's you know, it's not as toned up as like Spartacus or anything like that, but it's decent. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, apparently it was supposed to be the Nordic answer to Rome. So like how Rome was supposed to be like hyper historically accurate and stuff like that, and yeah, Viking is supposed to be that equivalent.
Which reminds me, I gotta get back into Rome.
I liked the first season mostly because the acting, like the Kevin McKidd, who was the lead, he was fucking good. Can't remember who his like Roman buddy was, but he's in a lot of shit. And then there was, I think, Syrian Hines played Caesar. That was a fucking awesome performance, and he's going to be in Game of Thrones season 3 as Mance Rayder. But
very good casting.
But yeah, in Rome he was fucking awesome. Like he was so charismatic, and I think that's why they chose him. I think one of the main writers mentions that's why they picked him.
He's so good. Everything goes back to game.
Yeah. I'm excited. I fucking forgot about it until this morning too. Like I woke up this morning.
Oh!
I was lying in bed, and I just like.
I've literally just had like so many separate occasions of like friends coming over and like marathoning the episodes they missed.
No, that's just it because I've been psyched up for it for so long, and then there was like I guess like a 2-3 day gap, which is too much. I forgot about it, and I woke up this morning, and yeah.
What other awesome things are
like
going
shook
on?
the girl next to me.
Well, I would say the new season of Real World started, but it looks very uninteresting to me. So
I have not watched Real World in like 2 to 3 seasons.
It's okay.
And even the last time I was watching it, I was so on and off. Like I'm so put off from like reality shows.
Was
lately.
it San Diego the last one you saw?
I don't even remember.
Vegas.
I'm so turned off from reality TV.
New Archer is ongoing.
Yes.
I don't really watch Archer that much.
Well, that's because
like
I saw like the next season that came up, and I'm gonna wait for it till finish up, and then I'm.
Are you up to date though?
I made it up to the 3rd season.
Okay. Is this the 4th or 5th season that's going on
4th.
right now? Okay. Yeah, it's really good so far.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
What else is that?
Well, Spartacus. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with
No, don't tell me I haven't seen it.
No, I didn't see Friday's episode yet.
I watched the Guys of the Arena. I didn't watch any of the...
I like to wait for Walking Dead to come out first, so then I watched Spartacus and Walking Dead back to back. Speaking of which, I think this is season finale of Walking Dead. I believe. If it's not this week, then it's next week.
Spartacus, man. I love that show.
Yeah. Though, obviously not this Friday's one, but like the last one, kind of had that moment where I was just kind of like, yeah, it was weird. But it's a great episode. I cried at the end a bit, like a bitch.
Spartacus.
But it was manly tears, you know? It was violence. It was worth it.
Alright, someone's dead then. I mean, someone.
Well, yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you know the history,
if you know the story, like the Spartacus.
I don't know if they're gonna go.
I've seen the old movie of
they do
Spartacus.
it pretty well. Like they do it pretty well.
Yeah, because I know which order they're gonna die in. Then
I've seen
pretty much they've held true to.
I've seen the old movie like of Spartacus. You know, like I am Spartacus, all that kind of crap there. I've seen
that's more like dramatic. This is like really on point.
I don't know because my dad could have told me everything we were
with
watching.
Slight exaggeration.
Because my dad, we were watching Spartacus. Because we were watching Spartacus, and even though he hadn't seen the new shows, he's seen the old one. He knew exactly what was going to happen. And he knew how this person was going to die. He's like, oh, you know that stuff. But
listen, because the story is pretty much based on the Spartacus tale of old. Like it's what it is, you know. And the only thing that differs from it is like now you're getting the relationships of not just like the main people that he had in his war council, but like the other people that were involved as well, or the made up people that they added for television dramatics, you know. But either way, it's good.
it's a good show. I like it.
It's been a great
Very
season
high budget
so far.
show.
Like I said, not this Friday, but the one before. I was like, I'll hold back this tear because I'm angry.
pretty sure I know who it was.
Speaking of Spartacus, 300, the second movie there, Rise of the.
I am worried.
Huh?
Wanna why?
But it's not with it's not with.
Oh, sure. Isn't it supposed to be about like Xerxes' rise?
Yeah. I don't know how good that's gonna do.
I'm worried because, you know, the guy, obviously, he made Sucker Punch, which sucked.
He also made Watchmen.
Yep, Watchmen was a one-watch okay.
I don't know, I watched Watchmen.
I mean, it's the most faithful you're ever going to get of that book. And that's why I liked it.
And he made Sin City.
No, Rodriguez did Sin City.
Rodriguez in Sin City?
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller.
Oh.
That's Rodriguez's best film.
Yeah, no, because that was the most faithful adaptation of all time.
It was better than Hellboy.
That was Guillermo del Toro.
The first, I'm mixing up Rodriguez. It's all Spanish names to me.
And either way, it's still better than Hellboy.
Dude, I'm not even a filmie. How do I know this shit?
The first Hellboy was pretty good. The second one was pretty bad.
I heard the other way around.
I can't. I mix them up every time I think about.
They're both just kind of fun.
But either way, yeah, no way you're gonna say Hellboy's better than Sin City.
Sin City was one of the best fucking
comic adaptations ever.
The second movie's coming out, I think, end of this year.
Yeah.
Because they started filming it.
Hey, the way I see it, Rodriguez will take his time because when he does, he makes gold.
Joshua Brolin.
I think it's because they needed Frank Miller because they were basing it off of A Dame to Kill For, but it's like A Dame to Kill For is a shorter book than the other one. So I think Frank Miller was writing an original one for
because a lot of people are coming
Jessica
back.
Alba's character.
Yeah, because a lot of people are
she's
coming back.
supposed to come back.
Bruce Willis too is coming
he's
back.
supposed to come back.
Yeah, because there was no book for Jessica Alba's character, so I think he was writing one.
And Josh Brolin is going to play him again for the first part.
No, he's Dwight.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's Dwight after he gets the surgery.
Yeah, because Dwight in Damned to Kill For, he has a completely different face, a different look, and then in
the strippers fix him up.
Yeah, and then the big fat kill, he gets plastic surgery, which is why it looks like Clive Owen. I wonder if they're going to play into that. I wonder if Clive Owen's going to have a cameo.
He's in it. He's supposed to be in the movie.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be in the movie.
I got to reread those because I haven't.
Because how are you going to do Clive Owen to Josh Brolin? That doesn't.
Well, it's the other way around. Josh Brolin would be earlier.
But I know, but how he's gonna get the British accent with the voice and everything? That's just gonna make no sense unless
it'd be cool though.
Josh Brolin could fix something up with his
Dwight
voice.
was like the best character. Well,
he had the longest story in the movie.
Yeah, no, he was cool though. I love that guy.
I know Bruce Willis was pretty badass in that movie.
They were all pretty badass. Marv was killing it. Fucking Marv. But that's the thing. Is I was so pissed off that Michael Clark Duncan died.
I know.
Poor fella. But, because there's a scene in A Dame to Kill For, because that guy, that crime boss, Michael Clark Duncan's character, he's like, either protecting or he's in the vicinity when Dwight's character needs to do something. So he talks to Marv and he gets Marv to help him out. And so Marv and Michael Clark Duncan's character, like, they get into a fight. And the thing is, like, most of the fight happens off camera. Or like out off page, and I just know that they would have made a fucking awesome fight scene because that's how Michael Clark loses his eye.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but
they
now it's not good. Yeah, they replaced him with fucking President Palmer.
Who?
The president from 24.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
the president from 24.
Yeah,
Allstate. Oh, okay. I never watched 24, but Allstate. Okay, wow, I know who it is.
Yeah, but like I don't know, that guy he doesn't even look like he can throw a punch.
Oh.
He seems too like I don't know, like white collar.
He doesn't seem like a
Clark Duncan.
He doesn't seem like a fighter.
Sure,
yeah,
or big enough to like Michael Clark Duncan was a big dude. He was a huge dude. I don't know, and yeah, that movie Sin City. I love Sin City. When I first saw it, I was like visually stunned to see how a movie with the black and white and how they use the reds.
Perfect film noir, man.
Perfect
film noir.
Yeah, man.
Just
like
every now you gotta highlight color, which is amazing.
Yeah, and I read the comics afterwards, and it was literally like panel for panel, word for word, because when they pitched it, there's no storyboard artist. Most of the script was actually from the book, and they brought Frank Miller on to like overlook it.
So, what do you think was the better adaptation, Watchmen or Sin City?
Sin City.
Sin City.
It's like, the one thing
about Watchmen is like, as good as it was, they still changed a few things.
But it's not even that. It's just like you had to, because there's some things in the book that you just can't.
You couldn't like translate it to acting. You know, it's like in comic form, it was perfect. Like even the ending, they changed it.
Yeah, and there's
it
like
wasn't the same.
there's like
Sin City was through and through.
And then throughout Watchmen, there's like this parallel book that's going on throughout the whole thing, and that it would have been impossible to put in film too.
Yeah.
I enjoy Watchmen. I like both movies.
Yeah, no, like I liked Watchmen too. Like it's definitely something you have to see at least once. And if you're a comic book fan, I doubt you haven't seen it. You know?
No, yeah, there's some really great scenes, and do it for Rorschach. Do it for Rorschach.
Rorschach.
That guy was awesome.
He died the worst possible way. Made no sense.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. It's been out years.
It's been out for too long. It's like when people get pissed off when you tell them something about a show that's been out for like 10 years.
Yeah, I know. And the book
get
has
on
been
the
out,
fucking train.
The book's been out for like 20 years.
20 years. It's been out longer.
Like, get on the train already, you know? Like, give me a break.
And G.I. Joe opened up.
I heard The Rock completely steals that movie.
Say it's good. People say it's good.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like they
well, because fucking he is a G.I. Joe. Look at that guy.
Dude, it's insane, man. Every movie he gets bigger. Like it doesn't make sense.
It's workout, man.
No,
I have him on the Twitter thing. His workouts, what he does, it's ridiculous. It's not even to say take steroids. It's to see his workouts that he does. It's not surprising.
But man, like I think I even just saw him in like I think it was like Get Smart or something like that, and he was doing this pose, and I'm like, man, they made fun of Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 5 for looking too like inhuman. I'm like, this guy's bigger. Like,
Rock, man, yeah, but I don't know, and
He should play him.
I don't know.
Spray him white.
I don't know, man, because I know what happens in the movie.
I don't know, like Chris Redfield Dioza or something like that.
Because I know what happens in the movie, and I can't. I'm not going to spoil it for people. Are you guys going to see it?
Hmm?
What is Dwayne?
Samoan, I believe.
He's Samoan and black.
Okay.
His mom's
it's like
Samoan.
The Family Guy joke. It's like, what's Dwayne Johnson? It's like a little bit of Filipino. Yeah, definitely Filipino.
No, but I know what happens in the movie because since they delayed it before last year, there's talks to why exactly they delayed it, and
delayed what? Sorry.
I can't watch it, man. It ruins my childhood every time I because
watch what?
Okay, this is a semi-spoiler. It's not really spoiling.
Did you just say the name of what you're talking about?
G.I. Joe.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, fuck, get there.
That's what I'm saying the whole time. So, what happened? Okay, you've seen the old G.I. Joe movie?
Nope. Old?
The G.I. Joe movie, the cartoon.
Oh, yeah, everyone's seen the cartoon.
Okay, but there was a movie when...
Nope, didn't see it.
You didn't see the movie? Well, okay, in the movie, Duke gets killed. But when they redubbed his voice to, like... You actually see a spear go through his heart. But how the dub was when he was like talking to his brother or something, and after he passed out, he said, he's gone into a coma. And you see everyone's crying with tears in their eyes and stuff like, what the fuck is this? And after, everyone was like, oh fuck. He's dead, isn't he? But after at the end of the movie, they share another voice dub saying, we just heard from Duke, he's gonna be okay. I was like, oh fuck this. I can't watch this because I knew exactly what happened. And this movie came out after Transformers when they killed Optimus Prime in the cartoon. So Hasbro owns both companies, so they got the backlash from when Optimus died. So like, nah, we can't do this to Duke. So from listening to what I just said, there, people, and the new G.I. Joe movie, there. So that tells you something about what's gonna happen.
They're gonna air brackets or whatever you want to call those. Quotation fingers.
Should I just say it?
They're gonna kill Duke. Air quotation.
No, he's gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna just say he's gonna die. He's gonna die. They're gonna kill off Channing Tatum. He's not coming back. He's dead for the beginning in the first 20 minutes of the movie. There, I said it.
So we think.
No, he's dead. He's dead for sure.
This is still Hollywood. So we think.
They're doing the same mistake that they did it's from 1970 something. They're just killing off good characters for nothing.
Good, kill him.
I was traumatized when I saw
Fuck him, okay?
I was traumatized as a child.
You want to do Magic Mike, motherfucker? You get killed in the next G.I. Joe. That's how it works.
But that's what they saw the success of Magic Mike, and that's why they delayed the movie. They went in and they reshot some scenes to have more of a dynamic between him and
basically for him to have his shirt off.
I don't know, fuck.
Kill that motherfucker.
Magic Mike.
Shoot him in the face. Just.
I don't know why.
Magic Bullet.
I like the first G.I. Joe movie. I don't know why people hate it. I liked it.
I liked it. I thought it was awesome.
It's crazy.
It was bad ass. All the fighting, the guns, the
Rachel
explosions.
Nichols. Whew. Rachel Nichols.
It was awesome.
The best.
Anything with a lot of guns is good with me. Just shoot them up. Blow things up. It's awesome. I love it.
Any new movies coming out this?
Summer is like the summer of action. There's so many films coming out. You got comics. You got Iron Man 3.
What's that coming
You
out?
got Pacific Rim. Which just sounds like a sex move. I think Iron Man's in May.
Okay.
You got Man of Steel. What else is coming out?
I'm praying for that movie to be good. I'm just
Iron Man of Steel.
Ding!
I'm just praying for that movie to be good because every Superman movie, the trailer has been awesome and the movie's been complete shit.
World War Z.
I have faith.
World War Z just looks...
I'm down.
It's just faster zombies.
I'm cool with that.
But it's still Resident Evil, how I see it.
I can't be pissed off at it not being like the book, I guess, because I never read the book. So until I read the book, I can't feel sick about it if it's a good movie for what it is. I can't call myself a faithful until I read the book and I'm like, let me put I'm better than you 2 cents in.
Think of Pacific Rim as I've always wanted a movie like that as a child, so I'm a little worried whether it's going to suck.
It somehow it
came from the deeps.
When I first saw it, I thought, "Shit, this is Godzilla." It looked sort of like Godzilla.
Just like giant monsters.
That thing was huge.
I am down for giant monsters.
Like big, man. And then they get like these giant suits. Where did we get the funding for this? And then it's like
your education.
We're gonna take this giant suit and punch this big sea monster in the face. Wow! And then here comes the Kraken. Like some of that shit's awesome. Yes, I'm looking.
I'm down.
That just brings open lanes for an Evangelion movie.
I am mostly
want
going to
to see
see
that.
Pacific Rim really, really drunk. I think it's better that way, and I just know it.
I think the movie's going to be decent for The acting is going to be decent because Idris Elba is going to be in it, and he's a super actor.
But I think it's
Black man.
It's Del Toro, so there's going to be like.
Oh, it's going to be good writing.
Cowboy's going to show up.
No, but he loves monsters. Like that's his shtick. Like
He's a good
It's
designer
gonna
of
be
monsters.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm so down for that movie. What else is there? I have like a list of like all the summer.
I want to see
action
Iron Man. I haven't seen any trailers for Iron Man. I'm keeping it that way.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you're doing good so far. You'll be surprised then if you see. But nothing. If you read the comic books, right? The extremis part of the comic book.
I remember. That's
Yeah,
the one.
'cause
Isn't
it's
that the one where it's
starting
like it's all in his genes kind of thing? It's
Yes,
like,
it follows that. It follows that.
it's
It
going
follows
into
that.
that timeline.
that's cool. I'll dig that.
Where like the suit and him become one.
I don't know anything about the Mandarin though. Well, they've shown him, but he's not. He doesn't look like anything from the comic books or what you know.
Oh yeah, because then he'd be all like Liberace looking.
Well, no, because the only thing with the Mandarin in the comics was just that like he uses magic, and it was always this constant thing about like science versus magic.
But that's the thing. It doesn't seem that way from what we've seen of him so far. It doesn't like we see him with rings and everything. Yeah, but we haven't seen anything like that.
All we know is there will be a little bit of Thanos in it, or at least something about it.
To hint at it. Yeah.
Wasp is in it. That's for sure.
Really?
Yeah, she's in it.
I didn't know that.
Her character name, Janet Pym, whatever. She's in it. So
Okay.
obviously, and they show.
Oh, so that means that she's already married to Hank Pym.
Yep.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, if it's Pym, then they're married.
Okay, so yeah, I guess they're married. But and they finally released the Ant-Man trailer from Comic-Con, what they secretly hid there.
Yeah,
It actually looks pretty nice. Like, yeah.
Well, no, they have to do Ant-Man because you can't have Avengers without him.
Yeah, no, I think Avengers 2 is probably going to have them both. I think.
They have to have the Vision. Coulson, you're coming back.
Well, he could come back later.
Coulson come back in any number of ways. Like,
Yeah.
He's going to be in the TV show for some reason. It makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, like, it's just something Nick Fury would do. Fake his death.
Where you think he'll come back as Coulson or as the Vision? I think he'll come back as Vision.
Because it all depends on. I think it'll feel like how the movies go.
Because if they're making Ant-Man,
Because I don't think you can just bring him back as the Vision right away. Like you got to go through a couple movies without Coulson.
because you have to. Well, when are they making Ant-Man? They're making Ant-Man this year or next?
Next year, I believe.
So
Or
it's coming out before Avengers 2?
It's gonna be because they're
so
plan on
then-
having him in it.
Because they're gonna have Ant-Man, then after he's gonna probably build Ultron, and Ultron's gonna build the Vision, and we'll see.
Yeah.
I love.
Well, chances are that is gonna be a part of it because they actually started the new comics Age of Ultron, which is basically like how that whole situation goes down.
Yeah,
so,
I can see Ultron happening. Like Hank Pym, I don't get it. Like,
I don't think Marvel accidentally started Age of Ultron knowing that they were going to do Ant-Man and all this stuff. So they're
like
very
if
smart
Hank
about their
Pym even
marketing.
just got his hands on like some of like Stark's tech, he can easily make an Ultron thing. Like they can explain it that way.
And I think, I'm not. I can't tell because Epi hasn't seen any trailers, but I think. Well, I can tell you, yeah, MODOK might be in. He might be in the Iron Man 3. He might.
I only saw one trailer, so I don't know.
That's a very slim might because there's mention of him or something like that of him, so you might see him in it. And
I'd love to see how they do that. That'd be awesome.
well, the character from the Hulk with who I forgot the bad guy name. What's his name?
I think it's like the leader.
That's his name, the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen anything from him. If ever we'll see him again.
Yeah. Yeah, like I kind of enjoyed the Ed Norton Hulk movie until Avengers blew that iteration of Hulk out of the water.
Well, we knew why they did it because they wanted a more scientific.
Yeah.
Bruce.
No, but I mean, like, that version is something like that version would just wipe the floor with Ed Norton's Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, Ed Norton was the best Hulk, though. I still can't
I think
imagine.
Ruffalo's best.
Yeah, because the reason I feel like, as much as I enjoyed Edward Norton, like, he didn't seem like a scientist.
Yeah, he seemed like a pretty boy who was just, like, doing his
like,
bachelor's.
He looked like a guy who was just, like...
Ruffalo seemed like a scientist,
he did the whole man versus self thing, or, like, man versus beast really well, but I didn't look at him like, this is a very smart guy.
I also didn't look at him as tormented.
And the thing is, too, is, like, when you, like... Banner, he was always like he looked like a nerd, you know, like everything about him was nerdy. He didn't look like he could fight or anything. He was just very feeble.
Edward Norton is the skinniest bones compared to Ruffalo.
Yeah, but he's doing all this stuff in the beginning.
But the thing is, he doesn't look like a nerd. You know, like when you look at him, when you looked at him in the film, did you see like this dude is like top notch scientist, smartest guy in the world?
Ruffalo, I can't see it, but in Edward Norton, I can see it more than Ruffalo.
No,
yeah, I can.
No, I
think you need to watch the movie again.
I can see Ruffalo in a lab coat. I can't see.
Yeah, I can't see.
I don't know. I can't. Probably because you guys.
I was gonna say like I can only see Ed Norton in like a wife beater, and which is
American
what he fucking wears,
or something like that. Yeah, that's
which is what he
wears.
Not
that. Like I recently watched it, and that's why I'm just like when I look at him, I can understand why they wanted to go that different direction. Like I completely understood it.
I don't know.
He doesn't look like, and he does his character well. Like what he has to do, he does it really well. But if he were to have been the one that was in the lab beside Tony Stark, I would not have believed for a second that he is a guy that should be in a lab beside Tony Stark.
I don't know, man.
As good as he is at acting.
Probably. And another movie, The Wolverine, is coming out.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that one just because that one I need convincing on. See, a movie that I don't.
I'm sorry, but it looks like complete shit to me. It looks like absolute shit.
I think because of how we feel about Origins, everyone will be going through this movie with a fine-tooth comb.
No, I liked Origins, but this movie looks like shit.
Origins was terrible!
It was because of Agent... What's his name? Agent 47? What's his name?
It was so
Agent
bad.
X.
Agent X, yes. That was the best scene in the whole movie. He's just sniping people from a hill. Sniping the old couple that Wolverine was with from a hill and shit. I was like,
that
oh shit, this dude is just running and
terrible.
he ran into the helicopter like that.
And what a complete waste of Gambit.
Yeah.
No, the actor was bad.
And then Deadpool? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
A Wade Wilson that doesn't speak.
Yeah, they got Wade Wilson right, they fucked up Deadpool.
Like, what? Lasers? He had Cyclop lasers? What? The only person who liked that Deadpool was Deadpool in a comic. When he was watching Deadpool in Wolverine's origin, he was like, I got katana blades coming out of my hands and lasers out my eyes. It's not that bad, guys. Like, come on. Terrible. Don't talk to me about Origins. I treat that movie like Spider-Man 3. It never happened.
Yeah.
Okay? It never happened.
Well, that's how they're going for the Deadpool movie. He's like, so what kind of continuity are you going to do from Origins? He's like, and Ryan Reynolds was just like, oh, it's never happened. Yeah. Like, that's the only way we can go forward is if it never happened.
Well, I don't know. This new Wolverine looks like complete shit.
I will be judging it.
It just looks stupid. I'm like, why?
In the simplest ways I can say, I will be judging
Fox has just ruined the whole X-Men franchise. Everything X-Men.
But you heard, like, they want to go all out and basically have their own...
Like Avengers
what they did. They want to do that with X-Men and then, like, do X-Force and all that shit. Like, they want to go all out with it.
I don't think Marvel's going to allow them to do that.
And they were even saying how, like, they wanted to get a Cable and Deadpool if they can actually get Deadpool off the ground. But they don't want to give Deadpool a hard R. How the hell do you do Deadpool without a hard R?
They have to.
Which is so annoying.
But I think they're afraid it's going to end up like Punisher and Ghost Rider, especially. No, Ghost
Rider was just... Nicolas Cage, really?
The first one was good, the second one was horrible. The first one was okay, but the second one was
Nicolas
really
Cage,
bad.
really?
I could see Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider to a certain point.
No.
If Nick Cage is going to be anybody...
You get a hard motherfucker who's just... You know, when you look at him before he even puts the flames up, you're scared shitless.
Actually, you know who would make a good Ghost Rider? Josh Brolin.
Yeah, he would make a good Ghost Rider.
But really? Nicolas Cage?
They don't have the rights to that movie. They don't have Ghost Rider no more. They don't have Punisher.
Thank the heavens.
But Jesus Christ, Fox ruined X-Men so badly, and I don't know how some of their comics are going to go because
they killed Jean.
They can't use Scarlet Witch because she's Avenger. She is an Avenger. Yeah. I don't. How are you going to do that now when you have Magneto, who's owned by Fox, and the daughter is owned by... That's how it is now, though.
I think Quicksilver, too. I think he's in Marvel's hands.
Yeah, Quicksilver, the same thing as well. I don't know how it's going to work. They're going to have to do some deals.
Who's your dad? Next scene.
Because I think as far as X-Men go, they have, like, the original X-Men plus Wolverine.
They have X-Men, Wolverine, anything that's
been
X-Men.
In one of the movies. If it's been featured on film, they own the rights to it.
Anything that's from the
Even
X-Men
cameos.
universe.
That's why, like,
Deadpool.
Marvel was smart enough to just be like, and we're taking everything that's ours back that you haven't touched yet.
Yeah, basically.
And they just got back. Was it Daredevil?
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll do well for Daredevil.
See, do you know
Because Daredevil, Avenger.
what they need is Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller doing Daredevil.
Yes.
Because Frank Miller was responsible for like revitalizing him and making him like what he is.
Mhm.
And no, like Frank Miller and Rodriguez doing like
I would
a Sin
love
City-esque Daredevil, that'd be fucking killer.
I would love it if they did Deadpool.
Now Deadpool's more pulpy. Like, actually, no, Rodriguez could do it.
Yeah.
Deadpool. Yeah.
Because I don't know, like, if you've seen Machete,
Yeah.
that is definitely like up the same alley as Deadpool.
Yeah, definitely.
It's gonna be like over the top. You see Deadpool talking
Yeah,
to the
like
camera. and
over
all
the
that stuff.
top type of comedy where it's ridiculous, but it's still funny, and it's extremely violent.
And I don't know. I think for some reason I have a feeling that Spider-Man will be in Avengers. I think Sony's gonna do some deal with
I think it's
with
in
Marvel.
Sony's best interest to do so.
They'll get Spider-Man. They'll get Spider-Man in Avengers somehow. Somehow they'll get him because it would be completely.
Or do the Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, or does Fox still own them?
Fantastic Four, they still own because they
Because they didn't.
That was
They
the
didn't
deal,
want to
they-
give up Daredevil.
no, yeah, no, it was the other way. They didn't want to because
They didn't want to give up.
they were out for I think Fantastic Four, but they Marvel was like, we'll extend your Daredevil
They
license
didn't-
if you give us back Fantastic Four, and they did the reverse. They're like, no, we'll
Because
keep.
they didn't start back. They didn't start making a new Daredevil movie or Fantastic Four, whichever. They didn't start filming one of them, so they had to take back. They took back
Yeah.
one. And I hope to God that they don't start doing another Fantastic Four so they can take it back. Get back Silver Surfer, please. That's what you
Yeah.
need. You need Silver
Yeah,
Surfer. If
I
you're gonna have
can't believe
Thanos,
what they did with that.
if you have Thanos, you have to have Silver Surfer. It doesn't make any sense. You need to have Silver Surfer.
Then you go into the whole Galactus. And all
But
that.
also, if you have Thanos, you need to have Deadpool back because
Yeah.
that explains why he can't die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they put the curse on him with the black
I feel
rose.
so sorry for Marvel. Why weren't they bought over by Disney earlier?
Yeah,
If
seriously.
they were bought over by Disney a bit earlier, it would have been amazing. We have X-Men versus Avengers. We have the Ultimates versus the X-Men. It'll be crazy.
Imagine Secret Avengers, Dark Avengers.
See, you could do
Young
a lot of like
Avengers.
low budget Secret Avengers kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll end up like Punisher and all that crap. Punisher, the second one was really good. First one, I don't know what happened with John Travolta in it and all that kind of bullshit. Thank God he wasn't Punisher. I forgot that the guy who was playing him though.
You know what? I actually didn't mind John Travolta in that film.
The
thought
thing
he
is,
did a
I
pretty
actually
good role.
enjoyed that movie. I
Yeah.
think what it could have benefited more was simply budget. They had good
Yeah, that was
writing,
the only problem.
good characters, all that stuff. It's just like apparently there was a whole like intro scene in the war that kind of like is supposed to explain his arc, like foreshadow his arc later on. That they had to cut just because they couldn't
couldn't
they had
film
it filmed, but they couldn't budget it into the runtime or something like that. And like the director was pissed. He's like, "What the fuck? This explains his entire character." And Fox was like, "No, we got to cut it."
Crazy,
Stupid ass
man.
Fox. They ruined their own shit. Even though it's still a good movie.
But no, I love that like that scene where the assassin comes in and sings to him. Like that was fucking awesome. And the where he gets Travolta to kill his own right hand man. like
Oh, messed
like
up, man.
that movie was a bunch of great scenes.
John Travolta. He's an okay actor.
He's a good villain because you just love to hate him.
Yeah. I feel it's like he's one of those guys too that we forget how many good roles he's had because he's also done some of these roles that you're just kind of like, John, come on,
And
don't do that to yourself.
Kick-Ass 2 is coming out. I don't know when though. Can you
Yeah,
see it?
that actually looks pretty good. I was watching the trailer for that. I'm excited for it. I love the first one.
Kick-Ass is actually I found it more comedy than it felt more a
Well,
comedy
because the
type of
comic
movie than-
itself is pretty funny. Like, you know, they're kids that are going out there beating up bad guys. You know,
The motherfucker. Such a slick name. for
and it's
a
very
villain.
much like extreme scenario of like, what if the world got superheroes again? You know, well, again, if they got superheroes.
Imagine Montreal had superheroes. The Quebecer.
Oh God, no.
That's the true language police right there.
No, just like a duo, Poutine Pepsi.
Don't forget Joe Louis. It'll be a puppy. Joe Louis will be a puppy.
In Bon.
Oh man. FP is so offensive to Quebecers. It's unbelievable.
Hey, when you get kicked on, you can kick back.
I agree.
Oh man.
Oh, thank God we don't have superheroes here.
Oh man,
They would just be language police.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Language Police sketch yet?
I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
It's funny.
But I don't want to get into that debate again. I feel like every conversation I've had for the past
Can we
4
not?
months.
Let's steer clear. There's happy things to talk about.
And
Life.
Star Trek's coming out too soon.
Yeah, I might watch that. I haven't seen any trailers for that either.
I love Star Trek. Best sci-fi movie ever made.
Okay, chill out.
It is, man. And it was actually the game.
Look at this fucking Trekkie.
It's
I
not.
don't know, like, it made me tolerate Star Trek because I've just always hated it.
You hate Star Trek?
Yeah.
I love it, man.
I find that kind of sci-fi just like, same thing with Battlestar, like I find it too sterile, too boring, too...
It's so old west.
Just like when half your writing is like useless technobabble, it's not because I don't understand it, it's just that it's just dead weight. It's for people who are either like...
It's filler.
It's people who are either really nerdy so they feel like they're part of the conversation for once in their lives, or for people who are really stupid and they feel like, it's something to look up to.
I'm neither. Don't put me in any of those. No, the thing I like Star Trek is because it's actually you could almost say it's a realistic take on what stuff could be.
Really?
Compared to Star Wars, yeah.
A realistic take of a guy who went around banging aliens and didn't get an STD?
How do you know you didn't use protection?
What type of protection can you use when you're
the
banging
future.
aliens?
It's the future.
You're banging aliens.
It's the future.
And why did they all look like humans?
Who knows, man?
That's realistic?
It is realistic.
No, it's not.
It is realistic.
A universe where there's no more disease.
Okay.
I think going into space you'll find more disease than ever before.
And everything is explained by the Force, then?
Mass Effect.
Makes no bloody sense.
Mass Effect. Best version of the future ever.
Yes.
That is, you could say that.
Because they were still realistic to the simple plights of space.
And it's just like, it's so great with humans. It's just like, they're such bullies.
They're not bullies.
They always want to be like the special kid. Yeah.
They were bullies in the second and
also
third
like
one.
their sense of curiosity. Ooh, what does this relay do? Don't fucking open that!
But I like Star Trek. Star Trek is like one of the favorite sci-fi shows. That and Stargate. I really like Stargate. I don't know what the fuck happened with it.
I watched maybe like 2 episodes of Stargate. And I was kind of like, I'm over it.
It's pretty good. I don't know what other movies is coming out that's supposedly supposed to be good. You said Pacific Rim already. Pacific Rim.
I'm telling you, that's a sex move. I'm convinced it has something to do with anus.
Maybe
underwater.
Maybe that's how those monsters came about. That's going to be the big twist. It's like,
how
did these monsters get here? It was the Pacific Rim. What's the Pacific Rim? I'll tell you in time.
Oh my god.
We need to go underwater.
It looks too much like
Bring your
Godzilla for
Scooby
me
here.
for some reason.
That's what I mean. Like we need that giant monster movie genre. Remember back when that was the shit? When
we need to be scared of what's in the deep
back
blue.
when you had like all the shit from
Godzilla was
because we don't know what's down there, man.
That's why when I said like I hope this movie opens doors for Evangelion, because that would be fucked up shit if you have Evangelion and like giant monsters. Because Pacific Rim, the first
films.
It's not Asian film. It's just good. It started what animation is today. Dragon Ball was just for people who just want to see people yell for like 10 hours. And shit.
Awesome.
I was tired of it.
The best shit in the world.
I didn't want to see Dragon Ball anymore. Dragon Ball is like there's other
3
stuff.
episodes of level 2.
Was the worst show I've seen in my life. You're powering up for 10 episodes. The worst though. This is when I was younger, saying the planet is going to blow up in 3 minutes. 10 episodes later, it has 2 minutes left. 10 more episodes later, it's going to blow in 1 minute. 5 more episodes, now it's about to blow up. I'm like, give me a break. And after that...
That is the best build-up of suspense ever.
And after that, YTV being the bullshit that they are, start everything over from the beginning of Dragon Ball. I'm like, fuck this shit.
I remember when they did that like several times.
They did it several times before they got the right.
But the best is... can you imagine if like 24 pulled that shit? It's like counting down, it's like 22, 21, 23. Hey!
Oh, and forgot, the biggest game is coming out. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Yeah, I didn't watch the new trailer yet.
I watched the trailer, and...
It's nothing new.
I am worried shitless that it's all going to be a dream.
Is it big? Because there's 2 different games. There's the Ground Zero.
Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain is the same game, but I think it's going to be sold.
No, it's Phantom Pain and Ground Zero apparently separate. I think Metal Gear 5 is supposed to be...
no, Metal Gear... No, they
confirmed it was separate games. Ground Zero is, I think, Big Boss, and I think Metal Gear 5 is Snake.
No. They even said it. Kojima was with Jeff Keighley on Game Trailer saying that it's two games. Ground Zeroes come before. Ground Zeroes is 9 years before, and I'm not sure if you've seen what happened to understand what happened to him. Okay, I don't want to spoil it.
Anyway, that's what I was saying. Ground Zero is a separate game from Metal Gear 5.
But what Kojima was saying, he was saying that it's a prequel to what happens in Phantom Pain, but all that encompasses is going to be it's Metal Gear Solid 5, not the Phantom Pain. That's what he said.
But so it's Big Boss. It's not.
It's Big Boss. It's all Big Boss. It's all Big Boss. So Snake's not even born yet. Well, he's around, but
this is still like way back in the day.
It's like It's late 1970s.
How could you have a sequel that's back in the Metal Gear 3?
Yeah. Which is awesome.
But apparently, the thing I heard that I'm pissed off the most is no David Hayter.
He's okay. I'm not.
Dude, he's half the character.
Yeah, but he's
Otacon.
That thing I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like the Christian Bale voice basically anymore. That's what we call it.
No, he fucking started that shit. It was great. So good.
The new voice, what I've heard from him, he's not that bad. It's not that bad though. Probably they'll use him again for Snake if we ever see Snake again.
Yeah, but no, that was so good.
But this is supposed to be the last Metal Gear. He said he wants it to be his last, but he always says that. That's what he said.
Yeah, he said that in fucking
the fourth one was supposed to be the last one too.
I think he said that in 3.
He said that for 3, and he said then 4 came out after 5. But yeah, all it's having it's in late 1970s, early 1980s. The movies, the game's happening, so it's still before Snake. Still before Snake, and no Raiden. So
Meryl.
Otacon. Yeah, but the visuals for that game look insane.
Yeah, it's in the Fox engine.
It's insane, and Unreal 4 engine looks really good too.
Yeah, they keep ramping shit up all the time.
Yeah, no, everybody's coming out with their new engines. Square Enix has their new engine
because of the next gen.
Square, oh Jesus Christ! They finally fired their CEO. I was like,
fuck
yes.
That guy. Yeah.
I was like, yes. I can.
Yeah, it was crazy when I saw the recent reports. It's like, yeah, you have to fire your CEO when you consider Tomb Raider, Hitman, and Sleeping Dogs all critical success. I mean, commercial failures. Because they were all like by any other account, any other account, those are huge successes, and because of the way they had their setup or whatever it was, they were internally failures for that quarter. I was like, what?
Sleeping Dogs is by far better than any GTA game I've ever played. That's what I heard. It is by far the amazing. I still have them still playing it. Oh man, it's amazing. You can do anything in that game, and it's like an old Japanese like those Chinese action movies. Or those Chinese action movies, like you're action hijacking, you're on top of a car and just jumping to the next one, grabbing on and shit. It was like crazy. But yeah, it's a good game. And Tomb Raider, I'm not a big fan of it, but it sold pretty well. I guess people like that.
I want to play that.
And Hitman,
I just got Hitman, so...
from what I've seen, if you liked Uncharted, you'll like Tomb Raider. I mean, from what I've seen and played, it's like... It's a great campaign. Like it controls really, really well. Story's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But like I was actually surprised by how well it controlled. Like the platforming is some of the best platforming I've seen because it's kind of automated, like you would Assassin's Creed, but it's also more open. But it's not really as open as Assassin's Creed. Like Assassin's Creed is like an open world. Tomb Raider isn't, but it's more open than an Uncharted would be. But yeah, no, it's cool. The only thing is just like I hate those kind of. A lot of people love it, but I hate that kind of set piece game where they do this a lot.
You have to go here. You have to go there.
Yeah, it's like the God of War did it, but like Uncharted just like abused it, and Tomb Raider just like fucks its corpse in the sense where it's like, oh, you're on a platform, walk in this direction. The platform is falling. Oh no, press this. Okay, now whatever you grabbed onto is breaking. Okay, now you fell on the ground. The ground is shaking, and then the ground collapses, and then you're in the dragon's mouth, and the dragon explodes.
Uncharted did that a lot.
Now you're in space.
They did that a lot in Uncharted 2. Did that a lot in Uncharted 2.
Yeah, but it's like Tomb Raider from what I've seen just takes it to a whole other level. Like I was joking.
I hate that's one thing I really just hate. Just let me go into the game and kill things and figure it out myself. You know, if something breaks, let me hit the jump button.
But I think it's like if you're gonna have like one or like a few set pieces sprinkled out, like okay, yeah, do it. But like it's serious. Like I was playing with somebody, I was just joking because like everything. I was like, man, this bitch can't even have a dinner party for herself. The chair leg's gonna break. She's gonna be falling back. Then the table's gonna break. She's gonna have to dodge and that.
It's like a Final Destination.
Basically, that's
like Final Destination.
I think somebody else made that.
Honestly, in gaming, that is the most annoying shit ever because that's their way of making it like a movie, but at the same time, that's the way to make the game completely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, you have a great interactive medium. Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Don't remember that silly shit.
And the big game, Battlefield 4.
Actually, before we get to that, one thing that actually did it well, but they didn't touch it anywhere else in the rest of the game in Halo 4, when you're climbing up the elevator shaft.
Yeah.
And, like, you're supposed to dodge something, but it doesn't tell you, like, press right to dodge or anything like that. It just, like,
you just see it coming down.
The camera just, like, glimpses to the right, but, like, you would have to press it on your own.
Okay.
And, like, it's just, like, that was a great way to do it. And they don't touch that for the rest of the game. But I'm just, like...
Until you get to the end and you fight the last guy, and then it's what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And that literally pissed me. Like, I loved that game till I didn't get to use my guns against the boss. Like, what the fuck is that? I fought my way all the way to this guy, and now I can't shoot him in the face?
Well, you technically...
Let me shoot him in the face! No, I commanded through button presses that were on the screen.
Yeah, that was annoying.
I'd rather pull out my gun like I was doing to the rest of the guys and shoot he in the face. And then put a sticky on him. Let me do that. Don't do that for me.
Yeah, Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 4. It looks Frostbite 3.
Yeah.
That looks...
I want to see some multiplayer. Like, single player, like, that's all great and dandy, set piece moments.
It was actually, like, I don't know if you watched that 17-minute. That was the first time I actually was like, hey, I may actually play Battlefield.
I did not play Battlefield 3 campaign at all.
It's
not either.
It's not
I have like over 100 hours on Battlefield 3.
The campaign for Battlefield 3, the problem is it's in flashbacks. So the guy's getting interrogated. And
yeah, I heard about that.
I heard it's basically...
But I heard it's also ridiculously hard. Like, even on normal...
You will die in 2 hits. You will die in 2 hits.
Yeah, like I heard in normal, like if there's this one stage where there's a bunch of snipers... And you're literally like pop your head up for a quick second, and you get popped off.
What happens is that stage. What happens? It's in a small corridor thing. You can pick any gun you want going into them, but you have to be chasing someone, and it's in the dark. So you have a flashlight too, and the other people have flashlight. And you know when you in Battlefield when you have flashlight, you get kind of stunned.
Yeah.
You can't see properly, and that's what they get you. I stopped there. That's the last part of the game. I stopped. I said, "Fuck this shit. Let me just go play the multiplayer." And I've just been playing multiplayer ever since.
Multiplayer's... Still pop on that every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be either 30, 34 or 64 players, something like that, multiplayer.
Well, usually consoles
trying to buy me more
like
RAM from
32,
your
and then
computer.
consoles, I mean, on PC is 64.
No, but I think because it's coming out for
Next
obviously PlayStation 4 also, they think
that's what they need. They need fucking, because that was the big thing that pissed me off about playing games on consoles was the player count. Because like Battlefield on 64 players is a huge difference.
Yeah.
Well, if you played Mag was really...
Yeah, but apparently it was just a clusterfuck.
Yeah, because it would have to load up the rest of the map for you to go through, and if one person's on a bad connection in that section, it would ruin everything.
Oh, that's terrible.
So it's like, let's say like you're going into the next section that needs to load up, and you have a bad connection, but everybody in there is good. It has to now fix the connection so that you can actually play with the other people.
That's also another good thing with PCs. None of this
created a lot more lag than
except for Call of Duty. None of this peer-to-peer bullshit. It's all servers.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the thing. Because of it, it created a lot more lag
they have for
than
consoles
necessary.
also. You have your own servers for consoles. You pay for it, but it's a lot of. But the thing with the only problem I had with Battlefield on the consoles was, even though I went into like full matches, like 30, 32, 34 people, whatever, it would still be empty because the maps are so big and half of the people are either in vehicles or in helicopters, and there's like either 4-on-4 on the ground, so you never have anyone always like anything.
Yeah, I still have yet to learn how to fly a jet in Battlefield.
So easy.
Man, every time I hop in one, yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Yo, you can't do it?
No, like I try it, but it's just like because of the controls on PCs. Like,
oh yeah, it's hard.
I'm trying to figure it out at this time, and then it's get blown up.
It's like 1 minute I was like, okay, I got it steady. And I'm like, let's turn left.
So used to playing with my buddies. I was always either the gunner or the maniacal paratrooper.
I always use the helicopter.
But they got these like 20-minute videos on YouTube. Here's how to fly a plane in Battlefield. Here's how to fly a helicopter.
The hardest part.
This. Just give me a tank.
Is landing the jet when it's on fire, like when it's about to blow up. That's the hardest part. I've done it a couple times, but you have to sort of land it fast.
Screw landing it, just jump out and pull the parachute.
Yeah.
But that's when you get picked off by a good sniper. Someone who's like a really good sniper, he will pick you off from the sky really quick.
Will be better.
I would just land because
the best is throwing grenades when you're parachuting down.
Because what I do is
people do that with C4 all the fucking time.
Oh yeah.
I don't do that. I have the javelin, so every time I parachute, I lock onto the tank from high up. So that's they can't lock onto me and get me. So I just lock on and hit them directly. But people in that game, You need teamwork for that game.
Yeah, 100%.
I swear to God, because I play the engineer class, so I have the javelin and I take down the jets and all that kind of crap. I need a target lock from anywhere.
Yeah. The recon uses that. Yeah.
I wish they'd use it more because I can't do anything. I have to get like super close to the tank, and by the time I get close, I'm getting picked off by the tank. I'm like, I have to be on top of a building or something, and that's painful.
So yeah, I used to usually play support with like MG. I would just like section off an alleyway and just take down so many people. And one of my buddies who are doing recon or assault would just ping everybody, and I could just pull out the mortars and just be like, "Oh, we need to capture this flag," and I see them all lighting up and just mortar. So good.
It's a good game. I wonder. I think they're supposed to release something about the multiplayer today or tomorrow.
Probably during the week.
I want.
But I haven't. But I should have. I should have got the expansions though.
Yeah,
for the third one.
I was thinking about that. They seem like they have some cool shit, but I'm only going to do it if I have more buddies to play with on PC.
Yeah, that was probably the only thing that held me back from.
No, my laptop can't play Battlefield 4. I'm sure. It won't.
No, looking at the graphics, I was just like, I looked at this computer. I was like, it's not happening, man. Like, I know it's not happening. I'd have to put like a new video card and new RAM and everything.
All right, so we ending it for now.
I guess we can, since we're just rambling about video games and stuff.
So we'll wrap this up, and a little housekeeping. Next week would be 1 year. Well, next week is what, April 8th? Yeah, April 8th.
Shit like that.
Yes, April 8th will be making 1 year we've done the podcast.
I'm surprised we've made it this far.
Yay, clap it. Yeah. I'll put
Can we like do the next episode in like a strip club or something?
No.
Why not? That'd be awesome.
I don't know anyone who
We got bitches on the pole while we talk about comic books.
I say you do your idea. Let's have a party. Let's have a party or something like that.
We're gonna party. Let's have like a lonely huddle podcast party where we just sit together with loads of alcohol, and then we see what happens
bitches.
after 15 minutes of shots.
We should just try and get all of our like bi-regular people back on.
That'd be cool.
We'll get Steph. We'll get Wolf. We'll get.
So if you're listening and you visited us, or even if you haven't and you just want to be a part of our 1 year because, you know, you think it's worth it, because, I mean, I think it's worth it, you know, you get to see us, the Huddle podcast crew. Like, how cool is that?
All you girls could say whatever you want to me. I don't care. I won't be scared.
If you ever wanted to punch Jason in the face, now's your chance. You can do it while we record. We'll take pictures of it. It'll be great.
And we're right near a metro, so you can run.
Oh, you don't even have to run. It's okay. You can walk.
Horrible.
Sweet. Bus Metro walk.
Oh yeah, but yeah, 1 year doing the podcast. That's gonna be nice. What else is coming up? Yeah, so that's what we should do. We should have a party.
Where are we gonna do this party? Because
if you're
volunteering my place,
I'm asking you
for a party. All I have to say is bring your own alcohol.
Oh, for sure. That's not a problem. That's not a problem.
I have no problem letting people in if they support my bad habits.
But I don't think. Well, not next week. We'll do it like a week after or something like that, because that has to be planned.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, let's have like a party. I'll bring alcohol. Mind, man. It's just a party and it's our podcast. Why not? Bring bitches.
Yeah. Okay, Jason. You know, two people here with happily steady things going on, and you're saying bring bitches.
You guys are locked in. So
that's why I said strip club. If you want bitches that we don't gotta
I'm not locked in.
have any ties to.
You're not locked in?
No.
I'm locked in.
You're locked in.
I'm happily locked in.
Out of the game.
Sorry, ladies, with this steaming, musky pile of beer gut, sexy chocolate.
Ugh.
It's not up for grabs.
Horrible people.
We both just farted, by the way. That's how manly we are.
He's soaking in it too.
Spray fart.
Yeah, so 1 year podcast. We're gonna plan a party. You will see the event on the Facebook page, and
I guess so.
I guess I'll make it.
So have we just instinctively made our place available for a party?
I'm asking, do you want to have your party here?
You know what? Look. If we have a party, we will let you know on Facebook. How about that?
I think the cleanup is the main thing you're worried about.
I swear to God, if anybody comes into this home and dirties it, I will make them lick whatever they dirtied. Just face to the ground, or face to the wall, or face to the toilet. Lick it up, you son of a bitch.
And you could win a prize. 1 bag of chips. Yeah, we're working on a budget here, man. Working on a budget. It's free. It tastes good when it's free.
Everything's good when it's free.
There you go. All right, so let's end this up. We will see you all next week. Does anyone?
I guess so. Yeah. Since you're just volunteering my place for a party.
Not next week. The party. The week after. Can't do it for next week.
You son of a bitch.
We'll make preparations.
We'll make preparations, and we'll probably. Let me see when actually. Yeah.
We'll put Christmas lights in the living room. So
If
we'll have a
anything-
party
I
atmosphere.
think that's the extent of my festivities.
Yeah. So I don't
It'll
know.
feel like a party that way.
Probably like not next week, like the week after. We'll see how it goes, man. And hope you all enjoy your Easter. And
I hope you find lots of eggs that were laid when Jesus rose.
oh boy, here we go.
And they were pink and blue, and
Cracker
the
Barker
hair-
style.
the rabbit came and
Good, but it could
hopped
do
across, and where he landed, grass grew.
Moses is like, I must break you.
Because that's how we got to spring, because the Easter bunny comes and the eggs he lays turns into flowers and grass and
boy.
trees.
They didn't teach you a lot in daycare, did you? They just
They
False
taught me
hope?
everything I needed to know. That when Jesus rose, the Easter bunny came, he laid his eggs, and then spring comes.
I always thought you just hard-boiled eggs and then freeze them and then throw them at neighborhood kids.
I thought that was what you do in the winter.
that's horrible.
Just because.
Oh yes, and forget last bit thing. I cleaned up my barbecue yesterday, so it's prepped and ready for whenever we're gonna have a barbecue.
Do it.
Barbecue.
So yeah, you'll see that too. And so happy Easter and fuck y'all.
Fuck. Seriously, if you want to punch him in the face, we're all good for that.
Peace.
Later, guys.